and welcome back to the Sports Bar. I'm MJ.
I'm Ji Hae, here combining two of our favorite things,
sports and drinking. We are about to discuss the NFL Combine, and so we are drinking Long Beach tea drinks because they combine every bad decision you ever made in college.
Loving the play on words. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the Combine, which was actually made bearable. Goes down so not smoothly. Which was actually made bearable because of one guy, Shaq. Even though his brother's name is Shaquille, so I would think that you would call him Shaq. But you know, neither here nor there. Shaquem Griffin. Holy fucking shit! For one hand, this kid is phenomenal.
For two hands, this kid is phenomenal.
Holy shit, man! Like so quick. He's just everything and anything you want in a linebacker. I think my only issue with him is other than the fact that he doesn't have the hand, that he won't be able to make a lot of interceptions. But other than that, man, there are guys that go their whole entire career.
How important? I mean, there's so many people. If he does everything else so well, he's the fastest linebacker since 2003. So if he can only make incomplete passes instead of interceptions, I mean,
yeah, I'll live. I would live.
We'll be okay with that. Like honestly, I saw a few quotes. The Vikings defense players said that they didn't think it would be an issue moving forward. Not commenting on if they'd take him or not. I'd be happy to have him on the Vikings team.
I think anybody would be happy to have him on their squad.
Yeah, these are the things that you should focus on when the world is shit. Remember, there's a kid going out there proving it's not. Against all odds, too. This kid is just like a test me, bitch kind of guy, and I love that. He'll probably find a way to make interceptions. I know, right? Not worried.
No, definitely. I mean, to have a combine like this for anybody is phenomenal as a linebacker, but to have a combine like this when A, you weren't even invited to the combine, like what fucking genius came up with that idea? B, you weren't invited to the Senior Bowl as well, and then he comes out and they actually like make room for him, and he comes out gangbusters and is like, go fuck yourself, like I'm gonna crush this shit, and he becomes the MVP on the defensive end. Like, cheers to you, man. Freaking phenomenal. And in MJ's words, you made the combine bearable.
You really did. Yeah, because I mean, we all know it's kind of bullshit. But you have to do it, and you know, three people who everyone's been talking about and comparing are the three quarterbacks: Rosen, Darnold, and Mayfield. That's three. Anyway.
But my issue with Mayfield, just jumping right into this, is that 3 years of film, 3 years of college film, bro. Not this is what the combine is for. Like, hopefully he shows up on his pro day and actually gets some shit done. That would maybe make it a little bit more understandable. And I get it, your draft stock is going to go down if they actually see you, throw some balls. But that's what the combine's there for, man. It's I don't know. This kid's attitude, call it cockiness, call it whatever, confidence. I'm not a huge Baker Mayfield fan. He's not
gonna change the way football is played, and that's the only way that you're gonna allow that kind of attitude. And every time he goes out and has these, his PR platform, media planned, he tries to convince everyone that he's not like Johnny Manziel, fine, that's fair, and also that he's not a dick. And every time it's someone behind the scenes, they talk about what a dick he is. So, I mean,
you may say it, but doesn't mean you aren't it.
Right. So. And there are a lot of people that said he came across as very cocky at the combine. Not something you want to do, Baker Mayfield.
That's going to definitely make your draft stock go and plummet. Speaking of people that didn't make their draft stock actually plummet, though, if we're going to continue on with the quarterbacks that are up for the draft picks right now, for their trying to get their draft stock up, freaking chosen Rosen, man. I actually thought all year long, the last few years of his college career, he was a little cocky, and he has been shining in interviews with owners. Allegedly with reports via ESPN and Bleacher Report and Sports Illustrated, and I'm just I'm actually really impressed. I definitely know that he can be polished and he can be looked at as professional. Do I want him on my team? I don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence on that.
The Rosen conundrum is he's very, very smart, but he's better off the field than he is on it, and he's better up here than he is here. And while it's really, really important to have high IQ and high football IQ, especially at the quarterback position, if you can't throw a strong, long, accurate ball, what is it? Chicks dig the long ball.
Chicks do. Thanks, LeBron,
so
for that.
So owners and coaches and your wide receivers.
I mean, the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, MLB, it's all about entertaining, doing something that nobody else can fucking do, and you are there to be entertained. This is why, unfortunately, the WNBA is not going to be great until, you know, bitches can dunk. But sorry, I didn't mean that to offend anybody. But until women can dunk, you know, it's not gonna be a.
Once it happens, though, it's gonna be like,
oh, it's gonna be great.
Dominoes.
It'll be amazing, and that's why the WNBA isn't making any money, is because, you know what, chicks may dig the long ball, but everybody else also digs the dunking. So like, I totally get getting off a little off topic, but like, yeah, chicks do dig the long ball, and Rosen did show to a certain extent that he can drive it home and really throw the long ball, but also some people make some bad decisions, and Rosen, he also didn't have a great offensive line, so I'll cut him a little slack on that one, but you still have to make those quick cut decisions,
right.
And you know, these kids don't really, with the exception actually of Baker Mayfield, because he did have a stellar O-line, Rosen and Darnold don't really have those quick, keen insights to be like, okay, well, I'm about to get crushed, so I need to make a decision quick, now, fast, let's go.
I think Sam Darnold, I would say, is still my favorite quarterback out of the three. I think he's sort of like an average of the other two, Mayfield and Rosen. Like, he's not as football intelligent, all these great decisions like Rosen, but he's definitely got, and he's not as, I don't know, I think he's the average of the two, and I like it. He's definitely got most potential if he gets into a good situation.
He's also not as cocky, and so like that definitely helps his cause.
Yeah, he's a sweet little farm boy.
I mean,
sweet giant farm boy.
He ain't little.
I saw him, I was like, how old is that kid? I mean, I guess technically when you're 19 and you're a boy, you're done growing and everything, but I still assume that I'm like, no, you're a child, and that's not possible.
So I'm actually going to disagree with you on this, and it's only because I got to watch SC football all year long. Thank you so much to my girl Laura Lee and her man. And I saw moments of greatness for him, for sure, but then I saw moments of like, holy shit, what were you thinking? Yes, granted, it is, you know, he's not entirely calling all the plays, and he is not audibling every single 2 seconds and making all these decisions on his own. Right. But at the same time, I'm sitting there going like, why would you throw it when you can just run it? And you guys have this spectacular running game. So him making those quick cut decisions, again, is something that a quarterback truly needs. And unfortunately, the NFL now has the expectation of like, oh wait, you're a rookie? Doesn't fucking matter. You better show up to
I think Sam Darnold could really benefit from going into a situation where he could play behind someone for a year or two even, and really learn and see how the pros do it, how the pros make decisions, because I've been forced to watch a lot of SC football myself. And I definitely saw what you're talking about. I also wonder if maybe, as it happens with players, you get into a box and you start to overanalyze and overthink because you made a bad decision, and then you start to overthink this next one.
It's definitely a mental game, yeah.
And it might be good for him to get out of that. Like, you know, if he's thought himself into a box at SC, now when he's moving on, hopefully he'll be able to leave some of that behind.
The only problem with that, unfortunately, I think, is that Cleveland is going to probably draft him.
Oh,
so that would just,
you're so sweet. We don't want this for you.
I mean, nobody wants to freaking play for Cleveland. Cleveland doesn't even want to play for Cleveland. Like, I mean, it's just, Cleveland. You know, But on that note, you know, good luck, man. Hopefully,
good luck for all of you.
Yes, hopefully.
Honestly, I want Baker Mayfield to go to Cleveland. And
that would be awesome.
Fuck you.
That would be great, because his career would definitely go nowhere. And then he literally would be Johnny Manziel, because then he would be stuck.
Baker Mayfield for Cleveland.
Baker Mayfield for Cleveland. You guys, thanks for watching the Sports Bar. I'm Ji Hae.
MJ.
Thank you so much for watching and combining and hopefully drinking with us. Little combination.
This is really gross. This is why you don't drink it after college.
As we're sitting here chugging them right now.
Ugh.